And we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Nerdarchy Ted here, for Nerds by Nerds, and we are going to be running uh, our fan game. This is going to be called the Tavern of Terror, and our fan games are usually members of the NAG, which is an elite adventuring group that hires out as mercenaries to do a variety of different tasks. But with this particular one, we are starting off on a little bit of an odd note. As opposed to our illustrious adventurers that are present here being hired at the start of the adventure, you guys have already undertaken an adventure. And you are in fact successful and returning from said adventure. You had been tasked to go into a cavern uh, and return with the sword of Andalora, and this particular sword is in fact a magic item. It is a long sword. It glows a faint blue when drawn from its scabbard. It is in the possession of one of you four. I'll allow you guys to determine exactly who has it, but you have returned from this cave defeating some spellcaster of sorts, and along your journey back, you had stopped off at a roadside tavern, exhausted in the dark, thankful to have a place to rest. You went into the tavern. So let's go down the list. We'll allow you guys to introduce yourselves, who you'll be playing. So why don't we start off with you, D?
Hi, I'm Shadowcat, or D. I am playing Caliph Diamond Dew. She is a Wood Elf Ranger. Yes, she stands on the bridge and none shall pass. She will have a companion which is a Mastiff, since she's a level 5 Ranger.
All right, over to you, Jeremy.
All right, I am Jeremy. I am playing Lorconus Gorin, a hill dwarf who is actually a sailor background. I am a life domain cleric who is getting used to getting his feet on dry land.
All right, let's move over to you, Dan.
I will be running Errol Rar, a drow warlock bounty hunter.
All right, and over to you, Charles.
Hi, all. My name's Charlie, and I'll be playing Karak Moonglow, a high elf that is untypical, where he sports a red beard and long hair, and he's had a road of tough knocks coming on up, because in a young age, his mother and father and cousin were murdered by orcs and drows on a town raid, and he has had seeds of revenge to let grow there, and he's had to come up by the school of hard knocks on into managing his skill sets, and he's all about his survival. And he has, because of our previous adventure, gaining this artifact or item, the sword of Andalora, made bonds with his party members because they've saved his life and allowed him to get to where he's at. So he gives them a modicum of respect because of that. They have a sense of family. So anybody messes with him, he reverts back to the memories of his mother and father and cousin to do the justice upon them. Back to you, DM.
All right. Now, there was another adventurer who had traveled with you guys into this cave against this bizarre spellcaster, and they may or may not be joining us in a little while. If they do, great. If they don't, well, then the fate of said character will be, well, left up to the fates. So, as I stated, you guys had journeyed late into the night trying to make it back to town with to complete your quest and turn in this sword. Alas, the journey was long and perilous. Exhaustion bearing you down. You tormented yourselves trying to figure out: do we set camp? Do we press on? When a small light in the distance, sparked your eyes, and you wind up coming upon this roadside inn. Delighted at a meal and a safe bed, you threw caution to the wind, and you sallied forth inside. You got yourself a meal. There were some other travelers or patrons in the tavern. Would any of you sought company for the evening when you retired to your beds?
I would not have.
Just a mastiff, which she'll probably call Gibbs. And she'll probably sleep outside since she's more used to sleeping outside than in beds.
Well, I'm gonna take control and say that the exhaustion pulled you inside along with everybody else.
Okay.
Your mastiff joined you as well. So Jeremy, Charlie, would you have?
How cool is the night air and the surroundings that we have? Is it a cool, wet evening?
Yes, it would have been a cool, wet evening, which is.
Then he will seek possible companionship as a bed warmer.
Okay. And how about you, Jeremy?
No, I would be retiring to reflect on what it was like underground in a cavern as opposed to out at sea.
All right. So the three of you retire to your beds after you've had a meal, and whatever you would normally do as your evening reflection happens, and you turn in. Charlie, you do the same, except you take a little bit of companionship and what have you. So when you awake, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you sought female companionship.
Yes.
Okay.
He sought female companionship.
So as you awake, you come out of your reverie, if you will. Your eyes, you swear they're playing tricks on you as you look down at the maiden that's in the bed, and you see part of her face and part of her body look completely as you had seen the night before, but the parts that don't look right look to be composed of metal or some kind of armored construct. And as a puzzlement comes across your face, she says to you, "What's wrong?"
And Karak will go ahead and rub his eyes, and stand there and with that look of amazement upon him, and he will say, "Dear sweet thing, I have never seen such glorious beauty in the early mornings as I see upon you. Let me stand up and stand back and enjoy the total visage of what you've offered. And thank you for keeping my bed warm."
All right, as you stand up and draw back, please make a wisdom save.
All right, let's see.
Sounds like she's a Cylon.
Well, she may be. She may be. Let's see here. Let's get over the dice stream here. And all right. And that will be an 11.
All right. Well, the woman that you see before you, all femininity vanishes, and you see naught but what looks to be some kind of bizarre armored mannequin.
Oh, okay. Is she still laying in bed?
She is.
Okay. Now, what is the makeup of this room?
You have a bed, you have a nightstand, you have a
Is there like a chair and a little cafe table or something like that might be in there?
yes.
Okay. Karak will go back and walk towards the cafe table and go to sit down and pick up his bow to look at it, and he'll go ahead and he'll cast mage armor upon himself through his invocation of armor of shadows.
Okay. Well, as you begin casting the, whatever you want to refer, the used to be female stands up and is heading in your direction. How do you respond, or do you finish casting your spell?
Oh, I definitely finished casting the spell.
All right. So then it is going to be initiative, sir.
Okay.
And I think I'm going first.
Well, you may very well be. Let's see here. All right, that'd be a 13 for me.
All right, so
why isn't that?
The thing saunters over, and a bit of you is puzzled because it seems like it's still trying to enact the feminine walking style, but without any of the feminine curves. It appears quite bizarre. So it actually comes at you with a couple of punches that miss drastically. The highest I have is an 11, which clearly misses your armor class.
All right.
I'm guessing you have at least a 14 dex.
Oh yeah, my armor class is 16.
Okay. Now is that without armor?
Yeah, that's with the.
Oh, that's right, because you cast the spell. Yep.
Yep.
All right, you are up, sir.
And Karak, with dodging those or having those blows missed, will go ahead and stand up, and he'll go and cast an Eldritch Blast at this thing.
Okay.
Let's see if she hits. It may very well. Let's see here. Grab that other sheet there, and that should be. All right, that's a 19.
That is going to hit.
And let's see.
Now you have 2 bolts at this level now, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would get a second one as well.
Yeah, I'm going to roll again. Just not used. Come on, roll. Oh, hit this stupid thing. A critical miss.
All right.
And for the damage, for the one that did hit, that will be 3 points of damage.
All right. So you blast the thing, and while it lands solidly, the
Can I take a free action?
what would you like to do?
Holler.
Oh, absolutely.
He will holler because he feels that his life is in danger and he needs a distraction. So he will holler for his partners in arms.
Okay. The rest of you can roll initiative for the following round if you would decide to do so. I'm going to say that you would also be getting just out of bed So those of you in armor would not be wearing it. So your blast hits, your shout echoes out, and you wind up fumbling with your defenses, and you are now prone. That's how I'm going to treat your natural one.
Okay. Well, it's all good.
All right. So does anybody go higher than a 20?
I tied 20.
All right.
I also just rolled a natural 1, I think.
Well, that's for initiative. That just means you go last.
Weird.
So I will treat that natural 1 as you have woken prematurely and you are groggy.
Well, elves only need about, 8 hours sleep or meditation?
No, they trance in this edition, so I mean it's only the 4 hours.
Yeah, that's what I've meant, trance.
Drow
horrible music.
do trance, right, Dan?
Yeah, although I think reverie is still the term they use for it most of the time.
Reverie, trance, same basic.
I like
difference.
reverie better. Just because I like.
So Jeremy, we're tied for initiative, and usually I would go with the higher dex bonus, but in this case I rolled a natural 20, so I'm actually gonna take it and
All right, go for it.
To pound on Charles.
All right.
Let's go back to dice stream here. You are prone, so I am actually going to roll with advantage. And I am going to land solidly twice. One very much so. So this thing brings a booted foot down upon your shoulder for 9 points of damage. And then he does it for another 8. So you take a total of 17 as he proceeds to pummel you into the ground. You are up, Sir Jeremy.
It was female earlier. It changed his gender as well.
Well, you're not exactly certain what it is. It looks to be some kind of armored mannequin.
Hate when that happens. All right. I will walk in, sort of assess the situation, see it. Are they kind of close to the door, I'm assuming? I have enough movement to get in and swing.
Yeah, I'm actually saying that they're across the room. He was over at his bedside table or he was across the room at the table, so there's plenty of room to open the door and come in. But you see some kind of armored mannequin standing over your companion, and it's just proceeding to stomp all over him.
All right, I'm gonna use my warhammer, run over there, shout, sort of hit him, and I'm gonna shout, "Stay away from my landmates!" and smash the robot with the warhammer. Let's see what happens. Let's see. All right, so that would be a +5, so 14.
All right, so you come in, and your hammer, mighty as it be, solidly connects upon the armor, but it does not seem in any way, shape, or form phased by your strike.
Okay.
It either glances off at a wrong angle, or it just didn't seem to care. You're not sure which.
Okay.
I believe we had a 14 next.
Yeah. Caleb, I think she would definitely try and get some armor on, get her leather armor on before.
All right. It takes a minute to armor up. So if you would like to spend the next 10 rounds, that is completely your call.
Oh, sod that! She's going to go in naked then. Sod it.
I don't know if any of you have ever actually put on real armor in real life. I have. It's a lot of work. It is not just pulling on a t-shirt.
The minute is generous.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're going with the heavier type stuff, but yeah, it's not. It ain't easy.
Yeah, and she's going to obviously quiver over her shoulder, bow in other hand.
Absolutely.
And she's basically going to take a peek and see whether or not she can spot any weak spots.
Okay.
And
Nothing.
I have
Nothing.
dollars.
Nothing stands out, but I mean, you've also never seen anything like this before. It doesn't really look alive, so you're not certain what kind of weak spots might prove valuable.
Okay. Yeah, so she'll just see if she can find anything to hit it with. But obviously, since someone is in hand to hand, she will wait for an opening.
At this point in time, you see the dwarf standing behind this armored creature that's proceeding to stomp all over your elven companion.
Oh, sorry, she's going to see if she can take a nice shot.
Go for it.
Okay, so that's +5. Okay, 15.
So you fire over the dwarf's shoulder. Having traveled with him before, you know that you've got a little bit of height on him, and you know how he fights. So over his shoulder, and it just deflects off the armor as if there was some kind of force field or something there, but it does not connect.
Okay.
All right, Charles, you were up at an 11.
All right. And Karak, wincing in major pain, holding back from the whimper because he doesn't want to show his weakness even to his party members. He, being prone, will take the disengage action and roll out of harm's way, and hopefully, if there's an opening, roll towards the door.
Okay. You can certainly roll out from this thing, but if you're not actually going to get to your feet, you're gonna only be able to go half movement, which will get you to the doorway.
Well, that's fine. I'm just utilizing the disengage action.
Absolutely.
Right now, he's holding back the pain, so he's not thinking about getting up and running because
it was only a third of your life.
Only to him, only it's his life, his most precious.
All right, Dan, you're up, sir.
All right. Grumpily and irritably getting to my feet and grabbing my rod, I walk to the door, see him rolling around on the ground, and look up. Do I have to make a save to see that this is not actually a person?
No, you don't.
How big is this door anyway?
I'm awake this bloody early. Well, waiting a few seconds, and then I just, well, I guess I'll just smack you then. And I hit it with Eldritch Blast.
You're going to Eldritch Blast this thing too, huh?
Yes. If I click 2 d20s, it rolls them both at the same time, or does it?
If you click the 2 and then hit roll, it'll roll them both. If you just click the actual die, it rolls at once.
Ah, okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. 9.
All right, so
and those I'm guessing the 3 is not going to hit in any way.
The 3, I guarantee you, is not going to hit. I don't know how good of pluses you've got, but I'm going to say the 9 misses.
7. It's a 16.
Plus 7 is impressive, and your force comes in against the thing, and it seems unfazed by your attempted blast. So having the
higher than 16 AC, that's nasty.
there are creatures that have such. So The creature, having had its toy removed from under its feet, turns and glances at the dwarf and proceeds to punch at thee. I hit AC 19 and AC 14.
You got me both times since I'm unarmored.
All right. So these dice are liking me tonight. Dice Stream is usually not nice to me, and usually dice don't like me when I DM. So I apologize, but you take a total of 15 damage as this thing proceeds to wail on you.
Okay.
And then you are up, sir.
All right. So I kind of look at everybody by the door, and with my lower than average intelligence, I'm like, oh, it must be time for breakfast. So I will disengage and just go and join my companions by the door and ask what's for breakfast.
Your head? Sorry, I need to channel. Your head?
All right, Shadowcat, you are up. What are you doing?
She's going to sidestep and pull her comrade out through the door.
Okay.
And
Jeremy is on the other side of the door. Charles and Shadowcat are on the other side of the door. And Dan, you are standing in the doorway.
I am.
What are you guys doing?
Group huddle?
In your dreams.
I don't know what that means. I didn't hear that at all.
In your dreams.
I said huddle. That means, getting together and...
Oh, she heard cuddle.
Oh, that's what I
Oh,
heard too. I heard group cuddle as well.
So it is, Charles and Dan, you guys have not acted. Are you trying to formulate a plan? Are you just closing the door?
Whose action is first?
Charles is up.
How far away is this construct?
15 foot from you guys.
Oh, okay.
Would it be a bit more since I've dragged Charles's character away?
Well, I'm saying that you guys are on the other side of the door until you guys have made up your mind as to whether you're actually trying to retreat or what have you.
Karak is pissed. And he's with him getting on up, he's going to go ahead and cast Witch Bolt at this thing.
Okay.
Enforce lightning.
Sorry.
Unlimited power!
Let's see if I hit. Oh, I don't know if that will hit. It may be a wasted spell. That will be a 14.
You guys have certainly observed that this thing is quite durable or resilient to attacks. Your first shot landed, but so far it has shrugged off everything else that you have done so far.
Who has acid?
Out of game, you guys know that you rolled pretty crappy so far. But in game, you guys have to, play it as you would play it.
Yep.
So you cast Witch Bolt, and you blast forth your lightning, and it dances around said construct, and does not seem affected.
You fool! You've only given it some more power.
Dan,
you have that crush on your shoulder. I gotta do something. I'm a man.
That seems to be your problem.
Seeing as we're rolling poorly, let's make that thing roll. I'll hit it with Frostbite.
Okay.
It's got to make a con save versus my spell save, which is 15. And then if it misses the save,
Which it did.
it'll take 2d6 damage,
Okay.
cold damage. So 10 cold damage, and it's I believe it's a disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its turn.
Cool. All right. So I am up. So I believe you said that you were in the doorway, Dan?
Yep.
So he is going to swing at you with disadvantage. Oh, look at that first. So he comes in and misses. I'm guessing you don't have an armor class out of 7. And then he will come in and upon his miss, he actually fumbles even more so. Must have been that taking that cold that seriously messed him up. So he actually falls over prone at your feet. So
Where my enemies should be.
So you guys are up. For those of you attacking in melee with him being on the ground, you will have advantage. Jeremy, you're up, sir.
All right. I am pretty upset we're still not eating breakfast, so I decided to try to end this and slam down with my hammer as hard as I can on the prone thing, on the prone whatever is in front of me, and miss horribly.
Wait, don't they have... Oh, I was about to say, don't they have advantage, but he just rolled 2 4s.
He rolled double 4s. That is some impressive rolling there.
At least neither of them were 1s. He would have smashed one of our toes.
I just like to be consistent.
Wow. All right, D, you're up.
Boys and their toys. Yeah, she's going to... Is it, apart from being on the floor, is it prone? Is it still moving?
It's moving. It's prone, but it's been knocked down by its own ineptitude.
Okay.
So if you attack it ranged, you have disadvantage. If you attack it in melee, you have advantage.
Okay, yeah, she's going to see if she can take its head off.
Okay.
Okay, right, so here we go. 14, 15, 16, 17.
What are you attacking it with?
Short sword.
You have advantage, so you can roll another die.
Oh, do it.
All right, so you only have a +3 to hit with a short sword.
Yep.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you are going to miss.
Okay. What's that, both, or?
Well, the 14 is higher than the 11, so it did miss. Are you pulling out a second short sword and attacking with your offhand?
No, she's going to step back and see what the dwarf can do with his hammer.
All right, Jeremy, you're up. Sorry, not Jeremy. Charles, you're up.
Well, Karak is going to, since he saw that his Eldritch Blast did very little, his buddy's Eldritch Blast did very little. The only thing that did any good is this cold. And then on top of all that, all these mighty blows that are being sunk to it aren't doing any good. He is going to say, I'll check to see what's out there in the air. And by the way, D, nice there air. And he will go ahead and do a rear guard action to what he'll present to his friends, because we're making a lot of noise. Somebody has to come to investigate.
All right, as you leave the room and look down the hallway, you do not hear any movement. You are a little startled at first, as it seems like the building shakes a little bit. You're up, Dan.
Cold seems to be doing something to it, so I'll tell it to chill off and hit it with another frostbite.
All right, so it will roll, and you said con?
Yeah, you rolled a 15, and that's the save itself.
Okay.
You don't even need to look at that.
So is it save to negate, or is it save for half?
I believe it's saved to negate since it's a cantrip.
Yep, okay. My magic dice stream for the evening apparently is kicking the
And with
crap out
that,
of you guys.
I'll also back off.
All right. So you get behind the dwarf and the other elf.
Oh,
So he uses his move action, or this creature. Genders are questionable when you get into constructs. So it stands up, and it takes a swing at the dwarf, and it takes a swing at the elf. So that's a 23 to hit the dwarf and a 14 to hit the elf.
got me.
No? That doesn't.
You missed me.
Without armor, a 14 misses you?
Oh, sorry. Armor. Without armor, what would a normal...
You would just get your dex mod?
Yeah,
All
10
right,
plus your
okay.
dex one.
10 of 15.
You have a 20 dex? Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so we just hit the dwarf for 4 points of damage.
All right.
And speaking of the dwarf, you're up, sir.
All right. Well, having sunk so many mighty blows in this thing and seeing nothing, I decide it's time to reach out and maybe touch someone. I'll do Sacred Flame.
All right. Is that a wisdom?
That is Wisdom, and it's a
I missed.
15.
Yeah,
Is it like a template weapon?
Nah, it's a cantrip. He calls upon his deity to invoke power, and it engulfs the thing in flames and does how much damage, sir?
2d8 at 5th level, so 6 damage. Mighty 6.
Do you get your wisdom mod on that?
It does not specify that, so I don't
Okay,
think so.
then no. So, all right, D, you're up.
Yeah. Caleb is actually going to move to the window, and she's actually going to have a look outside to see whether or not there's anything outside coming in.
Make a wisdom save.
Oh dear. Oh, great. Why is that always? Oh dear. Me and my ideas. No, rolled a 2. That's not good.
All right, so you're not certain what you see outside, but you are currently rolling on the ground, clutching at your head and trying to cover your eyes.
God, she see naked dwarfs.
Charles, you're up, sir.
Like walking in on freezing in the shed.
Karak will move on down to the common room where they started and came on in.
All right. When you walk down the stairs, the place no longer resembles the room that you had entered. Things appear different and out of place.
How so? What as far as different? As far as how different?
There are no similarities. You are not in a tavern. You are in some strange house.
Carrick will yell up to his companions. We've been kidnapped in our sleep. There's evil magic. We're not in the inn no more.
Are you doing anything else, Charles?
Just scanning the area, looking for immediate threats.
All right. What are you doing there, Dan?
Well, I backed off. I take it this thing is still standing, yeah?
Yeah, it seems to be holding true.
Well, time to try blasting it one last time, because that is my best damage.
Frostbite?
No, Eldritch Blast.
Oh, okay.
I'm rolling now. Yeah, Morrigan, take you.
Hey,
The second strike will hit.
Yeah, that definitely will, seeing as that's
22?
literally a 24. So
24. Wow.
so
Drop that D10.
8's not bad.
So it strikes soundly, with resounding force, and it's pushed back a little bit. It appears that like some of the plates look like they're starting to fall off. The one arm isn't fully attached anymore, but it's got a dwarf right in front of it, so it's gonna swing at the dwarf. So I've got a 14 and a 16, sir.
they both will hit.
So you take another 16.
Oh wow! All right. Well, in that case, let's see. Let's see. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to pretty much have to do some cure wounds on myself, or
You know this thing is fairly beat up, but don't let that have to change your action.
okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna be like, this thing hits harder than a kraken. And I'm gonna go ahead and do cure wounds there.
All right.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast it at a second level slot to get a.
All right. 2d8 plus wisdom mod.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So that'd be 8 plus 7, so 15.
All right. That moves it over to you, D.
How loosely is this arm hanging off?
I mean, it's still connected. It didn't seem to affect his punch at your dwarven companion. What are you thinking of trying?
I'm thinking of taking the arm off.
Like, grab it and pull, or try to chop it off?
Probably grab it and pull.
You can give it a shot if you like.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Please roll. Good. 7. No.
All right. So you try to reach out for this thing, and it
just shrugs away.
It pulls its arm out of the way. All right. So that goes over to you, Charles.
All right, Karak will try to look to see if he can find a door.
All right. All right. So you're going to start looking around. So that's going to take some time.
Okay.
If you want to commit to that action, it will take several rounds. Is that your plan?
Yeah, basically that's my plan for that base room that's there at the bottom of the steps, because that's where he would perceive a threat would come on up to his party members from the back.
All right, so you are out of the combat for now, and we'll get back to you later. Dan, what are you doing?
I'm tired of having everyone not hit this thing, so I'm going to use my once per day casting a fairy fire.
All right.
It's got to make a dex save, I believe. Yeah, pretty much everything. Yeah, it's got to make a dex save.
DC above a 17?
No, it isn't.
Well, sadly, for you guys, it passes. So since the elf decided it wants to try to rip this thing's arm off. It's going to punch you a couple of times. It's going to miss once, but it's going to hit the other one. So you take, geez, those D6s are hot. So you take 8 points of damage there, D. You're up, Jeremy.
All right. After seeing D shake the thing's hand and
how are you doing?
start to make friends with it, I thought it was over, and then it lashes out at her. So I'm going to do Sacred Flames one more time.
That's a whiz save, right?
Yes. 15 to save.
That fails.
All right. So 9 points of damage.
The thing erupts in flames. The armor starts to fall off and clatters. The wooden body beneath it continues to burn, and it burns at an accelerated rate. And as the blue-white flames of your religious fire burn, the only thing that remains is the black and charred metal that was surrounding this thing.
I'm going to go get dressed. You guys don't go to breakfast without me.
Snap.
So as you guys, begin to collect your things and dress in your armor, I'm going to go over to Charles. You when you go down the stairs, you find yourself on a landing, and it goes down to another floor. It seems that you're on at least a 3-story building. When you get all the way to the bottom, it is a wide open foyer that has multiple doorways leading off. You're in an unfamiliar place where you have already been attacked, and you're uncertain of where you are. It is probably not in your best of interest to go exploring alone without your companions, who, as you have already proclaimed, have saved your life at least once on your mission.
And his intent is not to go exploring past that initial room at the base of the stairs where he come down from where he was, the room that he was sleeping in, and searching that area there, and with him hollering that we were kidnapped and we're not where we thought we were. He was hoping that his compadres would meet him down there. But in the meantime, he was going to look in that area for what he could find. If there was a doorway where that doorway was that they came on in his mind.
So the foyer, which you would guess would be the ground floor, it does look like there is an egress door, if you will, as well as 4 doors, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, off of this room.
Is there anything in that room where he could set up to take cover?
There is not.
There isn't.
You could put yourself against the stairs that are there, but nothing to actually gain cover on.
Okay, then that's what he's going to do. He's going to be down there with his bow up and an arrow basically ready in case something pops up.
All right. So as you're sitting there, you get you're looking around. You're trying to stay alert, and you think you see the walls swell, almost as if they like grow and shrink a little bit. You're not certain because it happened, really really quickly. But
he'll say, this can't be real. They must have slipped me a Mickey or something in my libations earlier. It has to be this ain't real. This ain't real. Focus mind, protect party, have to.
She'll just walk up to him after she's put her armor up and give him a smack around the back of the head and say, "Come on."
So after you guys gather your equipment, your armor, get dressed, whatever have you, do you head down to where Carrick is downstairs? You're looking for him.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course, bringing with him as much of his gear as we can carry, because
Yes.
he hasn't armored up yet.
Yeah, there's no problem gathering your supplies. Again, as you guys are upstairs getting ready, you do kind of feel that same sensation that Carrick did earlier. That the house shakes a little bit. It's not much. It's barely noticeable. You're not certain whether it's from a windstorm, a slight earthquake, or whatnot, but it's definitely something that has brought some attention. So
And
you
my party members would know that Carrick doesn't wear armor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
so you guys are fully supplied in the foyer. Some of you have taken some damage. I know the dwarf has healed a little bit on himself. I am not keeping track of your hit points.
I'll ask if anybody's hurt and is in need of aid.
Not at the moment, no. I believe
I've
I managed
taken-
to get through that without being touched.
I've taken 8, but I can be fine.
Carrick will moan and groan and point at his shoulder and say, "Oh, this is terrible, but
Get a grip,
a
man.
good high elf can suck it up, maybe." "Oh, no, if you can do something."
Sure. I'm going to go ahead and use healing word. I'll say, heal, high elf.
Or just word.
Or just word.
Oh, Jeremy, I will point out that healing word over cure wounds is not a worthwhile decision.
That is very true. I will. I will say. Let me.
I don't mean to to criticize and.
Oh no, you are 100% correct.
It's great for in the middle of combat because it's a bonus action cast, so you can
Yeah.
basically cast it and cure wounds in the same turn.
No. You could cast that and a cantrip, but you cannot cast 2 spells in a round without something like action surge.
Okay.
All right.
But you using it, healing word is something that can be done from 30 feet away and a bonus action. So you have the ability to kind of stabilize and heal your companion on the other side of the room without actually having to get into combat yourself if you are not that type of cleric.
So I had a 4 plus 7, so heal yourself for 13.
All right, and he'll rub it and he'll say, "Oh, thank little elf, you've done well."
I'll wrap my arm around him and go, now breakfast.
So, as I had pointed out, you guys are in a foyer. There are the stairs that you have just come down, and then there are the 5 doors.
Are there any tables or chairs or anything?
You're in a fairly empty foyer.
Okay.
Is there a door leading outside?
The door that is immediately opposite the stairs, you would gather to be an egress door.
Okay, so I'm try opening it.
It is stuck like you wouldn't believe.
Does it look like there's any way to pick a lock? Is there a lock on it that looks like it can be picked?
There does not.
Beat it with your hammer.
Sure. I will. I'll swing my hammer at the door. See what happens.
All right, so you swing. Which of you has the best perception?
I have passive perception of 17.
Anybody higher than that?
No, mine's 15. Not much lower than that, but
All right. Well, it seems like you guys are all pretty perceptive. So Jeremy, as you swing, you feel that your hammer does not actually strike the door. There is some kind of barrier in between yourself or where the hammer struck and the actual wood of the door itself.
I don't think we're going through this door, guys. We'll have to look for the dining room elsewhere.
You know, if you're really hungry, you can have this ration.
Ah, thank you, friend. I will take the ration and eat it and be very happy and sated. That was delicious.
Just be glad this particular character isn't terribly nasty and doesn't feed you the horse feed instead of an actual ration bit. Short rest. Yeah, sure. Not a bad idea.
I could always rest. I always like to rest after eating.
Good idea, then.
Do we hear any noises going on?
At this
Humming, buzzing, clanking.
No. It seems eerily quiet.
For this short rest, I'm going to spend a couple of my hit die. Do I get to add my wisdom bonus on those?
You add your con bonus.
My con bonus, okay.
And you get it per die. You have the ability to spend as many dice as you like, and then you can decide when you want to stop.
All right. Let's see.
Anyway, while that's happening,
That's good.
Caleb will speak up and say, when I looked outside, I got the really bad headache.
Really? Now I'm curious. And now I would go up and try to look out the window myself.
Well, you get to repeat the same thing. Please make a wisdom save.
I make mine with a +5.
Oh, nice.
I think I made the save.
All right. Yeah, I would imagine so. So you look outside and you see trees and grass and things look completely normal. You're fairly sure that it's where you left the trail yesterday.
Returning to the group. Well, geographically speaking, we're in the same place. We haven't moved. We haven't changed locations. We are at the location of the inn. It just doesn't seem to actually be an inn.
Are you sure we're not at sea? I felt the waves moving the ship in.
We are definitely not at sea. Go look for yourself. I have no idea what she's talking about when she says she had a headache.
All right, I will look out. I will look out the window as well. Then.
All right. Well, then you get to also do the same and make that nice happy wisdom save.
19.
Holy crap! You rolled above a 10.
Yes. Not in combat. I don't do that outside of combat. So 22.
Okay.
23.
You see the same thing that your companion has.
All right. I was like, yeah, it looks nice outside. We should go for a stroll.
Carrick will take the short rest, try to regain so he can regain his spells, and he'll also spend a hit die.
Absolutely.
One of his ranger hit die, and he gets 6 hit points back plus
your
con, yeah, which is 0. So.
Oh, well, so then just 6.
6 as far as that. So, but that's all right. That puts him back to full. And he'll be able to get his spells back.
Yeah, any of your warlock spells come back.
Yep.
Now I kind of feel somewhat foolish for not casting anything. Oh, by the way, this would probably be a good time to summon my familiar.
Okay.
Seeing as we're now in a situation where having a scout would be nice, I just raise my hand and an owl appears on my wrist.
Okay.
All right. So how many other doors are there in the room?
Other than what you believe to be the egress door that you were unable to open or even make contact with, there is the stairway and 4 other doors, 2 per side.
Okay. And the stairway was going up where we just were, right?
Correct.
Was there anything else up there, or just our rooms?
There were 2 floors of, what you would gather as the rooms you guys were staying in.
Okay. Should we go see if there's any other guests in the inn?
I've already checked. Some might be hiding under beds.
I believe we are the only ones here because they would have come out screaming. Yes.
Oh, true.
And Carrick will say, has anybody checked for our trophy to make sure we have it, that it hasn't been stolen? Our sword that we're supposed to return?
Who did we decide actually had it with them initially?
Don't think we actually made a decision at that point.
Well, so make the decision now. Who has it?
I'd say either the dwarf or the female ranger, whose name I can't remember because I'm horrible with names, completely and utterly.
All right. We can say I had it. I'll reach back and see if it's still tucked into my belt, my harness.
It is indeed there.
I got it. You need it?
Nope. Just want to make sure we haven't lost what we need to bring back to get paid.
All right. So I'm going to walk up to the door closest to me and just open it and shout, "Hello."
All right. So,
Hello?
which door are you opening? And
the door closest to the egress door.
All right. There's one on the left, one on the right.
I'll go for the left.
All right. So. You go to the right, and you find yourself in a library.
Books. Who needs them? Let's go somewhere else.
Hold on.
Hold on a second. Books are very important.
Very useful.
Well, they're all yours.
And Carrick will definitely go on in and want to look around to see what type of books are there.
So, who goes into the room?
I do.
I'll go in and look for picture books.
Carrick will.
And so we'll.
Why don't we stay together? It is logical. Yes.
Let's stick together.
Yes. Don't split the party yet.
So you walk in the room and you all encounter the same things that Charlie saw earlier. It does seem that the walls kind of swell and shrink a little bit. Who is standing in the middle of the room at the moment?
Probably me, trying to figure out what shelf would contain the most books about magic.
Yeah, I would have just walked straight into.
Okay. So you are completely surprised when a couple, handful, whatever have you, of the books leap off of the shelf and start flying about the room. So let's see here. So we have 2 attacks at you, Dan, and I'm guessing a 12 is going to miss.
Yes.
And 2 attacks at you, Jeremy. I'm gonna guess the 12 misses, but the 19 hits.
The 19 does hit.
So I don't know how much of your skin is visible, or how much is.
I've got on. I got chainmail and a shield now.
All right, so in between your chainmail and your gauntlets, or up against your cheek, one of these books literally flies, bending its covers, and it literally just scrapes the pages against your skin, and you take 4 points of damage.
Paper cuts. I hate books.
And when they fly across, they kind of go to an empty spot on another bookshelf, so it's really difficult to try and see what books were actually moving.
Let me guess, one of them was called The Summoning of Dragons.
So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go up to where at least I think one of the books was, the one that would have hit me, and I'm gonna try to find it and grab it. And well, if I successfully do whatever book I successfully grab, I'm gonna try to throw on the ground and step on.
All right, give me a perception check.
So 9.
All right, so you grab a book with blue bindings that you're confident is the book that cut you, and you grab it off the shelf, you shake it, you tear the cover off, throw it on the ground, stomp on it a couple of times, and you feel pretty satisfied with your actions.
Gods, I am drowning in testosterone.
And Karak, seeing what these strange creatures of books have done to his party, he will take his bow off his shoulder, put ready an arrow, and next book he sees that flies, he's going to shoot the book.
All right, so you are ready in action. Well done, sir. So with that, I'm actually going to have you guys roll initiative as books begin to fly off the shelf en masse. Go ahead and make an attack roll, Charles.
All right, let's see here. For initiative, I got a 23. And let me roll here for the attack. That will be a 15.
All right, so 15 hits. You send an arrow through one of the books, and it falls to the ground skewered.
Okay, and I did all of here 6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like that book will not be touching anybody again.
All right, so we've got 2 natural 20s for initiative. What was your modifier there, Charlie?
3. I got a natural 20
so,
plus the 3.
So the room is a flight or a flitter or a twitter or whatever you want to call it, with a bunch of these flying books. So Charles, you're up, followed by Dan. Wait, 3 natural 20s for initiative?
No, I have high dex, so I rolled an 18.
Oh, okay. All right, so you guys all get to go and proceed to womp on my flying books, because you guys all beat my piddly 14. So Charles is up, then I'm going to go with Jeremy, then I'll go with Dan, then I'll go with D. So
all right, that is 17 on the roll with a plus 8. So 20. Yeah. You need the damage?
Nope.
Okay. Let me jot down the arrows.
You don't need to record arrows. I feel that kind of character maintenance level detail. If you want to do it, I won't stop you. It detracts from the fun of the game, in my opinion.
Okay.
So
It's just habit.
Yeah. Do as you will. I don't require it. Jeremy, you're up,
Okay,
sir.
cool.
Having hated books all my life, I know that 451 degrees is a great temperature for books, so I will Sacred Flames.
All right. That is one thing. Wisdom save.
Yeah, 15.
All right. You grab one of them, and its pages burn like match paper, and the covers flap and flutter, and it falls to the ground, missing all of its pages.
Okay.
Dan, you're up.
Now, to be clear, now there are multiple books flapping around the airspace now, right?
You would gauge about a dozen are in the air at the moment.
I'm going to try to strike two of them separately with my Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
And that's a +7, so that's an 18.
So you
Over an 18.
you blast two of them, and the force of your blast sends the books careening across the room. They slam into walls and sconces and fall to the ground, not to move again.
You're not even making me roll damage?
Nope.
Okay.
D, you're up. You're muted.
Caliph will say, hold on a minute, I have an idea. She's then going to cast Pass Without Trace, which is one of her spells.
Oh.
I'll just get the description up. Oh, come on. No, this is a second level spell. I'm actually using this on a Wikipedia thing, so excuse the other bits and bobs. So there are alternatives for than fighting.
What was that?
She also says there are alternatives to fighting.
And are you going to propose something? Or are you going to leave the room?
Yes, I'm going to say that if we do not attack, then we may not be attacked ourselves.
So your strategy is to wait and see what happens?
Yeah,
Okay.
and she casts that on the party and her mastiff.
Okay. And what does that spell do?
A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including yourself, has a 10+ bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Okay, you are familiar with this spell, and you realize it's not going to actually hide you from the things that already see you.
Okay.
So if you would like to do another action, I will allow that, but it doesn't actually give you the ability to hide, and you are in a room surrounded by creatures flying around you.
Right, okay. She's just going to send her dog on, her mastiff, on a scouting, just to check out if there's any other doors or a safe way through.
Well, there are no other doors outside of from this room other than the one that you came in.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So she'll just just go around the outskirts. Just checking this library out, basically.
Okay. All right. All right. So 3 of the books swoop down on you, D. That is a 22, a 24, which is a crit, and a 16.
Well, they all hit.
The 16 hits.
16 hits, even though her armor class is 16.
Okay. All right. So 6, 13. So you take 19 points of damage as these things flutter about you, slicing you all kinds of which way with its sharp pages.
Okay.
3 of them swoop down on you, Jeremy. I'm going to guess an 18 hits.
Yes.
So you get 2 that land a couple of strikes, and that's a total of 13.
Okay.
2 attack you, Dan, for twin 19s.
That hits. But the moment the first one hits, oh wait, no, I don't have that yet. Never mind. Okay.
All right, so you take 11 damage. Did I do math correct? Yeah. And the last 2 come in on you, Charlie, and I'm gonna guess miss drastically. So we are back at the top of the order with you, Charlie.
Yes. As those 2 swoop on by and miss me, Carrick will try to recall in the back of his mind using his knowledge arcana.
Mm-hmm.
If he remembers anything that the great old one ever taught him about such things. Type of creatures. So let's see here. Let me roll. Be a mighty roll. No, it's not. It's a 12.
All right. So you know that there is the ability to animate things via magic, and there really is no limit to it other than the imagination of the one behind it. But that's just I'm going to count that as your interaction with an object, which you can do for free. So if you'd like to,
he'll holler to his group, "We need to back out of here. These things are magiced by wild magic, and they'll keep attacking, and we'll waste time and energy and material upon them."
So do you wish to do a fighting retreat, or do you just wish to retreat?
Mine will be a disengage, I believe.
Okay. All right, that's was it Jeremy was next?
Yeah. I'm all for leaving a library, disengage, and get out of there.
All right, Dan?
Sounds like a plan. I'll also disengage. Do I have anything else that'll help? Nah, I'll disengage. Leave the room.
All right, up to you, D.
Kirill, shut the door on your way out.
Yep, she'll motions to Gibbs to follow her out. And as she goes through the threshold, as they go through the threshold, she'll close the door behind her.
All right. So as you close the door, you hear as apparently a bunch of objects are slamming into the door behind you.
And Carrick will say, "And who said a little knowledge doesn't hurt?"
Does that door appear to have any sort of locking mechanism on it?
There does not, but you're also fairly confident that books can't open doors.
But given time, they will learn due to other books.
I'm pretty confident books couldn't fly around and smack me, so...
Now, well,
Yes,
there is
I could do. Well, if you want, I could do that as well.
Yeah.
How about...
Sorry,
Right,
I missed
so-
that.
So as you leave the room and you take a moment to catch your breath, again you feel the building shake a little bit. You see the walls swell, and you kind of almost feel that there was like some even though you're not outside, wind pass across your face.
Okay, who farted?
Can I try to, after feeling the sort of everything rumble, can I try to just sort of stealthily peek into the library to see if everything still looks the same?
You want to open the door and look?
But I don't want to open it fully. I just want to kind of open it up so I can glance in the room to see if it all still looks the same.
Sure.
What do I need to?
Oh no! You
Okay.
open the door. The books that have been blasted, burned, and shot with arrows still adorn the floor. It does appear that the books that were flying around are back on the bookshelf. You're pretty observant, so you'd say that there is room for the books that are on the ground to have been put back on the bookshelf. So nothing really seems out of the ordinary from the room you had left a few moments ago.
All right, I shut the door.
Wow.
Can I make an Arcana roll after that whole wind thing and the walls moving a bit? Can I make some sort of Arcana roll to see if I recognize any form of magic being used?
You're not aware of any magic that would function that way. If there is something causing this specific thing, it's outside what you've studied.
Carrick will go ahead and reach down to his right boot and pull out point. And he will go ahead and try to recall where he saw the wall bulge. And
It was like the entire, like all of the walls swelled. Like
All right,
everything got bigger.
he'll pick one of them and
Okay.
he'll try to puncture it to deflate it.
Okay. It did swell and then come back. It didn't just get bigger and stay there.
Yeah.
So you stab at the wall. I'm not gonna have you make an attack roll because it's not hard to hit a wall. It gets a little bit of purchase, and the whole house shakes just a little bit.
Carrick then will say, "This house is alive! It liveth!"
You know, I was actually just about to say that as well. But it would be an unnatural life. Obviously.
So this house isn't alive. Should I try to destroy the undead on it?
Carrick would say,
Not with us in it.
Okay.
Would say that it is alive. So trying to do undead might not work out so well.
Gotcha.
Your
We need.
deity may come down and slap you to have you think about it.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I'll just
I
use
know.
my
I
hammer.
know. I love your heart. I love your heart, little elf, and your faith.
So there's still the 3 doors we haven't gone through. Does anything
And the
Can-
stairs.
and the stairs? Can we hear anything? Like if I try to hear, can I hear if there's any noise or anything coming from any of the doors or the stairway?
Again, everything is eerily quiet.
Okay.
Guess it's time to open another door.
Before that, how about some wounds, please?
Sure.
Sure,
Is
he can give you some wounds.
Yeah. I'd rather heal you though.
Yes,
Is there anybody
heal-
else that's also hurt?
That's the one.
I took a little damage, but before you waste any of your healing magic on me, I'll drink one of my heal pots.
Okay. Do we actually? Well, before you even do that, do we have time for a short rest?
That's entirely up to you guys what you want to do.
Okay.
Um,
I'm fairly injured from these books. They have taken quite a bit out of me. If we could take a short rest, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'm down 27 hit points.
Have a healing potion.
Thank you.
And Karak will go over to the small elf and put his hand on him and cast Cure Wounds. Let's see here.
Dwarves are resistant to magic, aren't they?
no.
No, wrong die. Wrong die.
Resistant.
I'll take the 15.
I know you would, but it's the wrong die. It'd be cheating. My head went south. That will be all of a 6.
All right. That puts
Wow.
me slightly above half, so that's good.
You are wise indeed, sir.
How much do healing potions give you back?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Okay.
What do you mean, wise indeed? It was just a +1.
That's what I'm saying. I was being sarcastic.
5, 6.
Keep the big gun healer alive as much as possible. Besides
Yeah.
that, he healed me up pretty good.
Is there anybody that could also that's down at least 5 right now other than me?
Yeah, I'm down a good chunk. I'm down 11.
All right, you 2D?
Yeah, I'm down, 21?
I would like to cast Aid on us 3, so our maximum hit points goes up 5, and we all 3 regain 5 points right now. And that lasts for 8 hours.
That's a good spell. I'll have to look into that.
It's a level 2 cleric. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I play a cleric in Dave's game,
Okay.
so I thought I had the spell scoped out, but apparently that one missed my radar.
All right, so we want to go into the door next to the library or check out the other side?
Other side first.
All right. Well, ladies first.
You want me to be hit, don't you?
Okay, I'll go. I'll just open the door and walk in.
All right, so you see yourself in what appears to be a large dining room.
Haha, finally.
Always thinking with your stomach, aren't you, Chewy?
So I'm assuming there's tables and chairs.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll sit down at one of the chairs and look around for a waitress.
Okay.
You're always thinking of your stomach, aren't you, Chewy?
What are the rest of you doing?
Karak, after seeing the library episode, he's going to enter the room cautiously, looking about, because he doesn't need no cutlery flying about or flying steel pewter plates or something like that. So he's going to look about. He's going to see if there's any food or drink sitting upon the tables or someplace to be serviced, or if there's any other doors inside this room.
There is a door across the large dining room.
What's that door look like?
It looks like all of the other doors that you have encountered.
Very wooden.
That's going to eat up a bunch of his time. So,
are you proceeding across the room?
I'm waiting to see what the rest of his party members are doing.
All right, so you're eyeing up the door. The dwarf sits down at the table. What are the rest of you doing?
Caleb and Gibbs are going to go to the other door as well.
So it looks like a dining room. Are there any, like, cabinetry? Are there any cabinets?
It's everything that you would expect to be in a dining room. It's a really large table. It's at least 15 foot long. It's surrounded by plenty of chairs. There's all kinds of stuff on top of it, candelabras and whatever have you. And then there are like wait stations, or whatever you want to call it, places where servers would be able to put down their trays behind them if they were standing behind the table. On either side, there's at least one large chest of drawers or cabinet that's in the room.
Poke around inside the cabinet, no drawers.
All right, so the dog, the ranger, and the other ranger begin walking across the room. The dwarf sits down at the table, and the drow begins to head towards the cabinet. When the table itself rises up and begins to slam itself into you guys, it slams into the dwarf first, knocking the candelabras and plates to the floor, and then it immediately goes to the other side and attempts to slam into the drow. So let's see here. So it completely misses the dwarf. He panics, and as the table itself rears up, he falls back, landing on his back. But the momentum literally rolls him over, and he is back on his feet and standing in front of this table that's moving.
I meant to do that.
The drow, shocked by the graceful roll of the dwarf, is unprepared for this mighty slam of the table, as you take 14 points of damage.
And the rest of us notice all this, right?
Absolutely. It would be initiative.
All
right. Let's see here. Okay, that will be a...
I believe I'm going last.
Karak gets a 10.
Huh. You might not be going last. I got a 5.
You can look at my roll. So I've got a 24, a 10, an 8, a 5. So, D, you're up.
Yeah. So what's we going to do? Hack the legs off of this table and turn it into a firewood? I don't know. Yeah, she's actually going to make her way as well as Gibbs to the door to see if we can get that open, ready for everyone to run through.
Okay. All right. So you run across the room and you make it to the door. Door opens without a problem. Charles.
But she waits at the edge of the door.
Karak seeing this, what was the table made out of? Was it metal, stone?
It is a stone table.
A stone? Okay. And he'll, as he's rushing towards the other door that D has opened on up, he'll holler back at the drow saying, "He's a little elf. I told you. We've been training him through our adventures to be elfly quick. Don't let it sidetrack you. Hurry. Safety."
All right. So you're just heading to the door then, Charles?
Most definitely.
All right. Jeremy, you're up.
I will. Can I see what it looks like on the other side of the door from here? If they had it open, to see what sort of room it looks like or anything?
It appears to be a kitchen.
Oh, okay, yeah. I am I close enough to the table that if I try to just run over there, it's going to provoke an opportunity attack, or
You are not certain.
I'm not certain. All right, I'm going to try to just run over there, and I am going to use. Since it's a stone table, I'm going to try to use stone cunning to see if I can see where it was from.
Well, it is expertly carved. You are not certain where something would have come from, but you're confident this was made by dwarves.
All right, I'm going to say, table, quit harassing me and my friends. You were meant to serve us, as I run over to the other side of the room.
But it apparently didn't like that, and you in your uncertainty was apparently proved you wrong. You were close enough for it to actually swing at you.
All right.
So you take
Ooh.
17 points of damage
Oh, man.
as this thing slams you hard.
All right.
And that brings us over to Dan.
Which door am I closer to? The one
You're
or the one you came from?
you are about midland in the room, so you could get to either.
Oh God!
But all of your companions
follow them.
all of your companions are on the other side of the room.
Yeah, let's get to where they're at. Let's make as a bigger group, we'll make a bigger target.
All right, so you make it to the other side of the room. What are you guys doing?
So,
I'm assuming, Dan, that you disengage as your action.
Yeah. So long as that can still move me across the length of the room.
Oh, absolutely.
can we tell, is the table too wide / long and everything? Would it be able to go through this door at all, even if it was open?
You're not certain because the table has flexed and bend. It's flexed and it bended in a way stone doesn't.
Okay.
So if it can flex the way it would want to, it could squeeze through the door.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that you'll have to try and see.
All right. So y'all want to get into this other room and shut the door, or real quick?
Yes. Living stone. This is the D&D version of a T101 or whatever it is.
All right. So you guys go through the door.
Carrick wants to make a shot at it before going through the door with his Eldritch Blast.
All right. Well, you used your actions to go to the other side of the room.
Yep.
So if you would like to stay here it's gonna get to go next. So it's up to you guys to whether you step into the kitchen and close the door
I'll go with the party on that one.
So what do you guys do?
I vote kitchen.
Of course
Kitchen,
you do.
as long as it's not a magical kitchen.
Let's go into the kitchen. We'll probably get attacked with flying knives next. But
We'll go in. Carrick will go in the kitchen with the party.
Don't give him ideas.
I doubt I need to.
All right, so you go into a kitchen just as large as the dining room. It's a massive, wood-burning stove. There's an ice chest that's in here that seems to be, pushed into the ground and fully stocked with ice. That is, and there are a variety of different cabinets displaying china and silverware.
Are there any hanging implements around the, such as meat cleavers, knives, forks, spoons, pots, pans?
Yep.
Okay.
I am going to cast, before anything happens, bloody and tired, being on the brink of death since I've woken up. I am actually going to cast Cure Wounds using one of my 3rd level spell slots on myself.
Nice.
That'll be 3d8s. Finally, something other than a 1. All right. And do I add my charisma modifier to each die, or just to the total?
You would add your wisdom modifier to the total.
To the total, okay. So it's 26. All right. For the first time since before breakfast, I'm over half health. Then I would start looking for food.
And by breakfast, do you mean the one thing of iron rations?
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing in the kitchen?
Uh,
There is another doorway out of here.
I'm looking for food in the pantries.
So there is a handful of things. There's a little bit of bread, a little bit of jerky.
I'll probably have some of the jerky now and stash the bread.
Carrick will move towards the other door.
and the warlock shall join him.
Have there any animals, any other creatures except for Gibbs?
No, you haven't seen anything alive besides you guys.
Okay. Actually, she's going to call her Mastiff Leroy. There we go.
Leroy now?
Yeah, well, Leroy Jeffro Gibbs, come on.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. My wife and I are very, very much into that series, even if we're not up to date.
Very much not up to date.
I just finished season 12.
Okay, we haven't gotten there yet. All right, so we eventually finish whatever meals you want to have in the kitchen, and you move across, and you find yourself in what you would gather to be some kind of living quarters or staff quarters, and it does not appear anyone present.
All right. Is there, I guess, like chests or like different things like that near all the beds or anything, like little nightstands and stuff?
Yep.
I'm going to look through some of the nightstands, see what I can find.
Okay.
As am I. You want us to make investigation rolls or anything like that?
No, I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. You find some spare linens, some spare clothes, nothing of any significant value.
What do the clothes look like?
How how up on fashion are you? Is that something that your character studies?
With the charlatan background, he might want to pick up some clothes for disguise or such. So that's the only
Okay, so
purpose behind it.
Okay, it's definitely commoner clothing.
Okay.
If you want to, make a knowledge history check, there might be something there.
Do I have that history?
D&D Vogue.
No, he'll just take one set of the clothes, roll them up, and put them in his pack.
Okay.
So there's another door on the other side?
There is not.
We got to go back through the table.
Yes. Back through the table.
All right. So is there can I do a perception check to see if I notice anything else in the room or if anything seems off?
Nothing appears off. Everything seems like it would if this were a staff living quarters.
Okay.
They leave their room, they go to the kitchen, they can take that to the dining room.
Okay. So
I have an idea.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't we put the fire out? Yeah. And get someone to climb up the chimney.
We can give that a go. So would the water that we would have like in our water skins be enough to put out that fire or no?
Yep.
Fuck that, use the ice!
Why would we bother using up our valuable water skins? I'd just cast prestidigitation and put the fire out.
There
All right.
you go.
Or we could use the ice.
Oh yeah. All right. So it's out. Who's the I guess I'm the smallest one, so I'll try to climb up there.
You might be the shortest, but I would say you're probably the most stout.
I think probably I would be the slimmest, being as drows tend to be a lot smaller than even other elves.
I will try to think about what the difference between height and width means while
Karak will take those commoner clothes out that he pulled out from the other room, and he'll don them. He has an idea rolling in the back of his head while we're exploring the other ones are exploring the chimney.
All right, you want to start climbing the chimney? Let us know if you see anything.
Yeah, would that be athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Crud. That is a 5.
Wow. So you were probably not the best person for the job, even if you have the best size for the job. So you get up there and you're having a difficult time getting purchase, even on the brick. Your hands are a precious commodity to you, and you're like, yeah, I'm not willing to, shred apart my hands just to try and do this. So
no, I won't.
Clearly, there's got to be a better way.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to try, or y'all want to go back to the kitchen and see if we missed any food?
We're still in the kitchen.
We're in the kitchen.
I thought we were in the staff quarters. Oh, in that case, I'll look around and see if I missed any food.
Are you planning to share that with someone?
Yeah. Anybody need any? I have some bread and jerky still. If anybody needs some. Here, I'll give it a little piece of jerky to Gibbs.
It's Leroy now.
Leroy.
I'll give a little bit of jerky to Leroy.
Karak will tell his party members, let me try something.
Okay. What have you got in mind?
Well, you see him now wearing these commoner clothes from the staff room. Let me see if I can walk across the dining hall without being attacked. Maybe these staff clothing may disguise me to whatever's sensing something out of place.
Do you want us to leave the door open so we can see inside if you need help, or closed and you shout if you need help?
Leave it open, because if I got to run, Bubby, I'm running.
All right.
And that's what Carrick plans on doing.
I'll try to make sure I'm not in the view side of the door, so if the table looks through the door, it won't see me.
So you are going to stride confidently across the room?
Most definitely. But humbly.
Humbly.
Like, confident but humbly, like I'm supposed to be there.
All right. Well, you stride confidently, and it attacks you quite confidently for 15 points of damage, sir.
Oh, damn. That hits pretty good.
When I see it hurt my landmate, I rush in there with my warhammer.
Great, why don't you use your chisel on
All right,
it as well?
so I'm just going to, rather than re-roll, I'm going to revisit the last set of initiatives.
Okay.
So that would go to you, D.
I think I'm going to hold my action until I see an opportunity to help others.
All right, Charles?
Well, what I'm going to do is, let's see here. First thing, as it attacks me as a reaction, do a hellish rebuke.
Okay.
Let me get over here, and let me see here. Get down to that spell just to remind me. All right, hellish rebuke. He's within 60 feet. Right, 2d10 fire damage.
Is that an attack roll or a saving throw?
It's instantaneous. It says.
But
I point my finger. Saving throw, dexterity.
Thank you.
And it will be a DC 13.
Right. Well, this thing is not very dexterous, but it dances like a ballerina.
I think with Hellish Rebuke, you still take damage on a fail.
Yeah, you take half.
So what was the damage?
So, 2d10, and let me roll it here. All right, 11 points of damage.
So half would be 5. Excuse me. All right, so then your regular action, Charles?
My regular action will be to cast Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
And let me roll the two of those. One's a crit, and the other will be a 10.
10 is going to miss, but a crit is a crit.
Okay. And let me clear that. And the 1d10, it will take 6 points of damage.
No, it's a crit. You get 2d10 plus your...
Oh, 2d10. Okay. There's 12 plus my charisma.
Do you have the invocation?
No.
Okay. So it's just 12?
No. Yeah, just 12.
All right. That brings us over to Jeremy.
All right. I will run up to the table and swing with my warhammer.
All right.
16 plus 5, 21.
That easily hits.
All right. And since I do have my shield out, I'm doing that one-handed, so 2 plus 2, so 4 damage.
A mighty blow indeed. All right. So you guys are right in its face. So it's going to swing once at Jeremy, connecting solidly, and then
Yep.
once at Charles. Let's see, 15. Does that hit you, Charles?
No, 16 is his armor class.
All right, so we get to just beat up the dwarf some more.
All right.
So he connects solidly for 18 points of damage.
All right. Glad I cured wounds at third level spell.
Yeah.
You have already observed that this thing does hit pretty hard.
Yeah.
All right, it's the end of the order. D, are you doing anything or?
Yeah, she's just running to the other end of the room and going through the door, leaving the door open, ready for
All right, so
those guys to follow through.
you use your move action, your disengage action, and you are through the doorway and through the other doorway.
Yeah.
That brings us to Charles.
Well, seeing that it pounded on my little elfie friend.
Did I skip you, Dan?
I believe you did. Yes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Dan. You actually should have gone before I did.
That's right. I'm going to stand in the kitchen door and smack it with my Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Standing well away from it this time. I think those hit.
Yeah, nice.
Indeed. That's a pair of 26s.
Well, I have
So-
to balance out somewhere.
So do you have the invocation to give charisma modifier, or is that just 4 damage?
It's just 4 damage. I
All right.
wish I wish I should have taken it, and I was actually thinking as we were moving, I'm like, wait, I haven't actually used Disguise Self yet. Maybe I should change that. I'm like, wait, but I've already hit with blasts, so I'm not gonna.
It's cool. All right. So it is now up to Charles.
And I will, at this time, after seeing the massive damage that it did on my little so-called elfie friend, I will try to grab at him and run towards the door with a disengage action.
All right. How strong are you?
Not very. It's all it is a grab at him to make it look like it.
Okay.
And he has a strength. He has a strength of 10.
All right. So you're not going to be able to pick up the dwarf and carry him, but I will say that you kind of give him the nudge of, all right, let's just move.
And that's what Karak will do.
All right. So you get out of the room as well. Jeremy, what do you do?
So, Karak and D are through the door to the foyer?
Indeed.
Okay. I'm going to, I think, gamble with my life, and I'm just going to move over to the doorway.
Okay.
And then ready action, and then I'm actually going to Sacred Flame.
Okay. So you can move close to the doorway and stay within its reach, so that would not provoke an attack.
Okay.
If that's what you wish to do.
Yeah.
And then you want a Sacred Flame. That's just a Wisdom save.
Yes, 15.
Dice are hot tonight.
They are.
So you attempt to set stone on fire,
Yes.
and it does not work.
It's radiant damage.
Well, true, but apparently, yeah, that your gods like the table more than you.
Yes.
All right, Dan, you are supposed to be up before me. What are you doing?
All right. Disengaging and trying to. I can't cross without going into its attack range. So
If you use your move and your disengage, you can cross the entire room without drawing attack of opportunity and get through the
I'm
door.
gonna do that
Okay.
through that door.
So you are out the room, and it is just a happy dwarf there about to take a pounding. So that is an 18 and a 21.
They would both hit then.
All right. So one of you guys is close enough that we'll probably be picking up the unconscious dwarf.
Yes. Here's where all your ones for the night come in, hopefully.
10, 20. So you take 25 points of damage.
All right, I am unconscious.
All right, Charles. Oh no, sorry. D's at the bottom. What are you doing, D?
Right, so the table has taken the dwarf down, yes?
Indeed. He is unconscious at someone's feet.
She's going to run back through.
Well, hold on. He's also he's right at the door.
He's right at the door.
Like, you would all it would take is someone to step 5 foot in the room and drag the dwarf through the doorway.
Okay, Leroy will do that.
So you tell Leroy to fetch. And
Yeah.
Glad I gave him that jerky.
So he starts dragging the heavily armored dwarf. He gets a little bit closer to the door. I'm going to say that one of you guys kind of aids in getting him through, and I'm assuming one of you closes the door?
Yeah, that'll be me when the others come through.
All right, so what are you doing with the unconscious body?
Karak will cast Cure Wounds.
All right. D8 plus wisdom.
Yeah, let me get over there, the dice stream. There is 7 points.
All right.
So you are back to 7, good dwarf.
All right. I will sort of shaky say thank you, and I am.
Got any food?
Yeah, I'll eat some of the bread and be like, "Oh, this is stale." So I will. I think once again.
I also did give you a potion of healing earlier, in case you didn't use it yet.
I haven't used it yet, but with how low I am and how much damage, since everything seems to like me, I think I might be better off using my last 3rd level spell slot for Cure Wounds to try to get back up to something. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's see.
Karak will be saying under his breath, No, take the potion. Save the spell for me.
Okay. If you're okay with me doing that after I've rolled one of them.
No, this is just him playing his character.
Okay. So 3.
Typical high elves, always thinking of themselves before others.
Right.
We're so worthy.
Okay, two more doors, guys. Let's get out of here.
So are you crossing the room to go towards the room next to the library, or staying on this side of the room?
What do you think? Stay on this side of the room for the moment?
Sure, let's do it.
What's on this side of the room?
We don't know. We haven't opened the other door yet.
And behind door number 3 is...
Do we really want to?
Yes, I want to figure out what the heck is going on.
Wait, before we go through the door, can I try to use my hammer on the window and break it to the nice, serene area outside?
You wind up coming across the same thing that you did when you went against the door.
Okay.
All right, so you walk into the room, or you open the door to see into the room, and it's a sitting room. There are cush chairs. There's a small table in the center of the room, and all of you have decent perception scores. So you can smell freshly brewed tea, and there's a teapot and teacups sitting on the table in the middle of the room.
Are there any carpets in the room?
Yes, the floor is carpeted. It's not there aren't area rugs. The floor itself is carpeted.
A nice hearth burning.
Yes.
All right.
Be
Yes.
careful.
I'm probably gonna go pour a cup of tea and sit down because I'm pretty exhausted, and this looks fantastic.
It's
So,
a trap.
So are you
You're supposed to do it in Admiral Akbar's voice.
I say, hey, dwarves are resistant to poison, right?
are you a typical dwarf? You know, with a full bushy beard and whatnot.
I would actually say that it's not full on bushy, just because at sea we used to have to keep it clean shaven, so it's starting to grow back, but it's not full on bushy.
Okay. So
You mean the elf? The elf has a bigger beard than the dwarf.
Apparently. So you go over, you grab the teapot, and one of the teacup that you grab laughs as you go to pick it up by its little handle.
Very daintily, pinkies up. I will set the teacup down.
So it kind of reorients itself, and you can see from the opposite side that there is in fact a face on the teacup.
I will say I apologize, Mr. Cup. I didn't mean to almost pour hot tea on you.
So it laughs. You're not certain whether that's all it can do or whether it just hasn't actually spoken yet.
Can I use insight to see if it's a happy laugh or a scary laugh?
It's a happy laugh.
Okay. Hey guys, there's I finally found something living over here. This teacup is very optimistic. We should all try to learn from it.
Carrick will say, everything has been living in this place.
I meant this one is full of life.
Everything has been full of life. It's been sapping ours.
If you call that living. All right.
I will also go and have a look at one of the other teacups.
So there are 5 teacups. One of them is cracked and doesn't seem to really be as much alive as the other ones. For some reason, looking at them, it kind of reminds you of your 5th companion, who apparently did not get up from bed this morning, and it is probably evident by all the noise you have made that sadly he did not make it through the night. His libations with whatever mistress he decided to come to bed with ended quite poorly. So, go ahead.
Sad face. As I pick up the slightly broken tea mug, I wonder aloud, does anyone here happen to have mending?
I have mending. I can mend things. I will try to mend the cup.
Give me a D20 roll.
Okay.
Carrick will enter the room, but when he enters, he's taking the point of his bow and poking the floor in front of him along his way. And when he comes close to a chair or object, he'll just nudge it a little bit.
Excellent. My induced paranoia is working perfectly.
But yes,
Watch out, it's a mimic.
Do I add my modifier to that or no?
No, I just wanted I wanted a flat roll to see what would happen.
Right.
So the cup the cup heals, or mends in this case,
Mm-hmm.
and the crack disappears as if it was never there, and new life seems to spring into this thing's eyes, and you think that there might be hope for your companion might not be deceased after all. Perhaps he is just asleep.
I will ask the cup that's now in my hand. I'll ask it if it wants to be friends.
He absolutely, jumps up and down, and you get the idea that he's nodding.
Okay. I'll say, and what about the rest of you? Do you want to join us?
So they seem to act almost like children, and like you get the sense of joy, and one of them speaks up, and the voice is bizarre. It seems high pitched and happy, but there is some element to it that is just kind of creepy and sends a chill down your entire spine. Yes, take us home. We don't want to be here anymore.
All right. I'll ask. I'll be like, I will sort of ask. Are you okay? Coming along in my pack, and sort of open my pack since they've been hopping and see if they hop in.
Drink the tea first. Drink the tea.
I'm more of a mead man myself. Is there any mead?
Tea. And they all just start hopping up and down, repeating tea.
Mm-hmm. Anybody thirsty?
You're the one with the high con save.
Yeah. What does the tea smell like?
It smells good.
All right. I'll ask ask the cups which one would like to help me with the tea.
They all saying, "Pick me."
All right. I'll pick the first one the very first one I picked up, and
Okay.
pour a little bit of tea in it and throw it back.
So yet again, when you pick it up daintily in your dwarven fists,
Yes.
it does laugh again as if being tickled. And they're teacups. They don't hold a lot, but you pour the cup in, and a warm sensation goes down your gullet, and you feel energy and life fill you in a way that hasn't been there in a while. So you heal for 11 points of damage.
Awesome. I haven't felt this rejuvenated since last time I was at sea. You guys have got to try this.
I shall hesitantly take a cup.
So you drink your fill, and you heal for 15 points of damage.
Caleb will ask, so tell us about this place, please.
Bad place.
Do you know how we can get out?
No.
Now,
Caleb will fill a cup and will say, to your health, gentlemen. Sorry, to your elf gentlemen.
So you heal for 6.
Carrick will go ahead and he's going to look at the cups. And you said that they the one kind of resembled our friend.
There was something about it that its state reminded you that you had originally came here with a 5th companion, and
Okay.
you had not heard from him since you awoke this morning.
He's going to look at the other ones. Do any of the other ones give him a sense of looking or being of a state like of him?
No.
No. Okay. Then what he'll do is he'll pour tea in one cup, and then he'll pour tea in the one that reminds him of his friend.
Okay.
And he'll drink both.
Okay. So you heal for 8 points of damage.
Cool. And when he gets done, he'll set it on down, and he'll turn to the one that looks like gave him the state of his friend and say, "Thank you, dear friend. May you be well."
So the platter that the teacups and teapot have been sitting on, it almost is like as if a face appears in a mirror that is not behind you or with you in any way, shape, or form, and it's almost spectral. You know, you wish to leave. You have noticed the thing breathing. You must strike its heart to leave.
Hi, Platter.
Ah, I think we must go downstairs to the heart of the beast.
I will.
I knew this house was alive.
It's time to make it re-dead. I will open my pack and ask any of the cups if they want to come with us.
So they all willingly jump in.
Okay.
Why not take the whole set? It would be better. Yes.
Is there still any tea in the teapot, or is it?
It is now empty.
Okay, I'll take the teapot with me as well then. Is there any other doors or anything else in the room?
In this room, no.
All right.
Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say, is there a piece of wood I can use as a torch?
I have torches. You need a torch?
Why do you need a torch?
I was thinking that if we go down to the basement, then perhaps a stake through the heart or burn this unholy place.
Could be worth a shot. I'll hand out a torch to everyone.
I'm gonna not take a torch so that way I can have my warhammer and shield out at the same time.
Okay.
Also,
I probably don't need one for everyone.
she's actually going to take the platter
Okay.
as well, so it can communicate to us instead of us having to trace all the way back and forth.
All right. Should we before we start to the stairs, should we at least look in the last room on this floor?
Oh, sorry. Actually, she's going to ask the platter, do you want out of this place as well?
It doesn't respond.
Is the face still on the platter, or is it just a platter now?
It's just a platter.
All right, okay.
It's a expensive silver platter, if that makes a difference.
Yeah, she'll take it.
It always makes a difference.
All right. I'm going to go back out to the foyer and wait for the others.
I also exit the room.
I'll follow in suit.
Yep,
So,
me too.
Going into the foyer. Go ahead, Charles.
No, just poking my way back out, just like I came in.
You guys go into the foyer again, and yet again you feel the house shudder. The walls swell. You feel that air on your face.
Do y'all want to glance in that last room before heading downstairs just to see what's inside? Not necessarily go inside, but look inside.
The stairs stop at the foyer. There is no stairs down.
Oh, okay. Well, do y'all want to see what's in this last room?
Perhaps this is the way down.
All right. Well, I'll open the door. I'm not stepping through yet. I'm just opening it.
So
Also, Caleb is actually going to make a major fuss of Leroy.
she's gonna what?
Make a major fuss of Leroy, saying we'll be out of here soon.
Okay. So you open
like,
whoever opens the door looks in upon a room that has been utterly torn to pieces. It appears that there used to be chairs and bookshelves and all kinds of things, but everything in this room has been utterly destroyed down into its timbers, including the floor. The floor has some kind of opening down below, but there's like loose floorboards here and there that you might be able to step onto to see what might be below.
I'll glance down the hole.
Yeah, there's clearly something there. It is dark. There isn't much detail to really pull out from here.
Okay.
I'll
But can we
cast
tell how far down?
I mean, you can see 60 feet, so I mean, you do see that there is some kind of floor down that way.
Both Carrick and I can see 120 feet. What do we see?
I mean, you see you see that the gray floor. There isn't the light is not permeating, so your dark vision just shows you
cast
the
dancing
grays.
lights and send a quartet of small fey lights down into the hole.
So
we don't want to go down there.
What was that?
We don't want to go down there.
So the the lights sparkle and dance around, and you wind up seeing what looks to be a rough hewn chasm down below. You see all of the floorboards and things that have been ripped up and scattered, broken pieces of every whatnot that's lying on these floorboards that has fallen down below. There's not a smooth surface anywhere within sight. It was about 35, 40 feet down to the actual floor that's down there. And again, there is not a chasm, but there's a cavern that leads off to one way.
Should we head down, or for some reason I have a feeling our friend might be okay. Do we want to go upstairs to see if we can find him, or head down into the cavern?
This thing said we need to get out of here. We need to get the heart. I don't know, but maybe the heart's down there.
I have some rope. Is there anything nearby I can tie it to if we wanted to try to lower ourselves down rather than jumping?
You could tie it to the staircase banister.
Okay. I will tie that underneath.
There's nothing solidly in this room, but
Okay.
The banister isn't all that far from the doorway.
All right. I will tie one end of the rope to the banister then.
All right.
And drop the rest of the rope down and ask who's first.
Carrick could go ahead and start down first as far as that.
All right. How can we get your dog down there? Do we need to tie it off and lower it down?
Actually, that was exactly what I was actually thinking. Actually,
Carrick is holler up. Just throw it down.
no.
It's only 3d6 falling damage.
I'll catch it when I get down there.
All right. Well, I guess. So is he already down there, or is he just climbing down?
Yeah, there's you guys can get down there. I'm
Okay. Well, I'll climb down as well.
All right, so you guys make it to the bottom. What is it that you do?
So there's nothing really around?
There is a small passageway that leads off. Leads off in the. There's only one way to go. And
All right.
it's you as a
How-
dwarf are you're kind of at odds because it's like, well, I'm used to being on the sea, but I'm back to stone.
Yeah.
How wide is this trail, and how high?
It's it's comfortably high for any of you. Excuse me.
Went down the wrong way.
Indeed, but it's only about 6 or 7 feet wide.
Okay, so it's basically single file.
Yeah. I'll volunteer to walk first if I can have one of the people that can see a little bit further behind me to let me know if I'm going somewhere I shouldn't be. And
I'll
I'll
be behind you, and I'll be directing the lights ahead of us.
okay. And I'm gonna sort of put the shield forward and sort of cautiously start moving forward down the pathway then.
So
I was,
you
I was
go
going to
ahead.
say, why not get the guys with supreme dark vision in front first? That would probably be easier to do because then they can say, okay, we're coming up to whatever.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
You guys walk on this path for about 5 or 10 minutes before an eerie light kind of springs up in the distance from around the corner. As you cautiously move in, a rhythmic thump begins to kind of play on you, and you can, as you round the corner, you can see this red, faintish, pinkish light emanating from this person-sized pulsing organ.
I dare say we found the heart.
How far away is it?
As you can get as close as you want. You're as far away from it as you want to be.
I think I'll stand clear of it and for a minute and just. So are we all just gonna start hitting it?
Is it? Well, I mean, is it? Is the tune catchy or?
It's a rhythmic thump that is like the beating of a heart, but it's
Okay.
It is creepy like other things that you've encountered here. It's not sitting on you well, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly approach it.
Before we get too close to it, Caleb is going to get her bow, the long bow, and arrow out, and she's going to say, "Light me." So she can
light an arrow on fire, or
yeah.
Okay,
And
guess
then
I can...
she's going to take a shot at the heart with the
is it an
fire
arrow
arrow.
flaming material on its tip that can be ignited, or are you just talking about light the shaft of the arrow on fire?
I imagine she probably put something on there that could be flammable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess prestidigitation will work on that too. So
absolutely. So you fire, and some kind of barrier deflects the arrow. There's nothing that would have stopped you from hitting the thing true. That.
All right. I'm gonna. How far away did it stop?
Like millimeters, an inch at best.
Okay. I'm gonna still move towards it, cautiously approaching it.
Okay.
do we see like arteries and veins connected to this, to the house?
There is definitely a tube above and a tube below.
Okay, maybe we can strike at the tubes and have it starve.
I sort of point with my warhammer motion. Should I go high or low?
Low.
Well, I think low would be better for you because you can reach it much better than going up high, correct?
I can jump pretty high, but all right, I'll swing the warhammer at the lower tube.
So the same sensation you had with the door up above, you encounter that barrier.
Carrick will shoot an eldritch blast.
The magic affects it, but it seems reduced. But, the magic made it through, whereas the weapons didn't.
And yeah, he'll shoot at it. Let's see if he hits.
No, you don't need to roll.
Oh, I don't need to roll.
Right.
Okay.
The thing is big enough, and it's not moving in a way that would prevent it from hitting.
Are there? Is this where the passage? Is the passage sort of dead end here, or is there?
Correct.
Does it go further? Okay.
Nope. It stops here.
Carolith will draw the sword from whoever's carrying it.
Okay.
And will pierce the heart with it.
And it goes through like a hot knife through butter. The moment that the blade goes into the heart, it slices through. Blood begins gushing out, and you hear deafening, like coughing and hacking, and all of you go, kind of pulled through the tunnel, out through the collapsed room that you guys came in, and hurled out kind of hastily through the front door. The limp body of your companion winds up joining you. You all take 2 damage from your expulsion, and in front of you stands a massive building. It does not look like the inn that you came into. It doesn't even look like the same shape of a house that you were in previously. It's clearly this is of a different dimensions than the place you were in. The doorway of the house is now even bigger than it used to be, and it's this giant gaping maw. The 2 windows that were on the ground floor before are gone, but there are now 2 second-story windows that glow with an angry, fiery red, and it yells and coughs and sputters blood. And as you are recovering from the expulsion of the house, you see the corners and edges of the house pull in from every side, and before you know it, the whole thing wraps in on itself, and you hear a pop and a flash of light, and the thing is gone.
I check to see if the cups are okay.
The cups are fine. Well done. Let's check on the cups before we check on my traveling companion.
And checking on our traveling companion.
He is unconscious but alive.
Okay.
Now, for those of you out there at home, we were supposed to have a 5th person, so I had planned that there was another person, so I couldn't let him be not there, and he just didn't join the adventure. So I hope you guys enjoyed the the Tavern of Terror.
Yeah.
I hope that it was fun. I'm gonna let you guys say your parting words. We can chat for a little bit before before you leave us. But if there's any parting words that you want to actually do, we'll start off with you, D.
I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking, could this be a mimic or something like that? But I thought fantastically done. Thank you.
Jeremy?
Yeah, same. This was my first time playing a cleric, and that was very enjoyable. I was glad I got that opportunity. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. It definitely had sort of an Amityville horror feeling almost with the living house.
I definitely took some inspiration from multiple sources, and Amity's got some definitely some good stuff to work with.
Yeah,
Dan?
I really enjoyed it.
Dan?
That was one of the most entertaining living house adventures I've ever been in.
Have you been on multiple living house adventures?
2 others, actually, believe it or not.
Well, I'm glad I rank at the top.
one we never finished, but another one was actually a Deadlands version of this. And while we didn't stab the heart with a magic sword, we did do something else that was very interesting. But again, I love living houses. It's hysterical. The crap that happens inside them is usually very entertaining, and this was no exception.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. And how about you, Charles?
Oh, very, very enjoyable. It was well worth the investment of my time. I thank you for taking your time and investing into this. And yes, it has so many flavors of some old AD&D modules in some places, and I love it when I can play a character that gets paranoid after being beat up so much, wants to check everything, and still want to throw the dog down the hole.
Nice. All right. Well, I thank you guys for being in the game. I greatly I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. I wouldn't do what I do if I didn't love doing what I do. So to those of you out there in the internet world, until next time, stay nerdy.
Cool biz.